The Detroit Jazz Festival has a huge international following, and this year, one of the local bands is going to take part in a sort of musical exchange with Japan. The Detroit Jazz Festival All-Stars are going to travel to Yokohama to perform with musicians there, and the Japanese band will play at the Detroit Jazz Festival here. We're pleased to have the Detroit Jazz Festival All-Stars here today on American Black Journal. What a great performance, of course. Our thanks to Chris Collins on sax, Dwight Adams on trumpet, Marion Hayden on bass, Sean Dobbins on drums, and Cliff Manier on piano. We'll be right back with more on this year's Detroit Jazz Festival. Don't go away. Readers of Jazz Times Magazine recently voted the Detroit Jazz Festival as one of the top 3 jazz festivals in North America, along with the Newport and Monterey festivals. I'm joined today by Jazz Festival President Chris Collins and Jasmin Deforrest from Rock Ventures. Chris, of course, we just saw you getting down in the Detroit Jazz All-Stars there. And that exchange that we talked about between you guys and a Japanese group sort of reminds of the international impact of jazz. I was in Spain 2 weeks ago and in Madrid, and a place around the corner from where I was staying was a jazz cafe, and every night they had jazz, and it was really interesting to watch how much their sort of local musical dynamics and taste sort of changed the form for them. Of course, they're doing things that you would see here, but they're doing it in their own way, and that really is what jazz is about.
You know, jazz is always open and embraces the moment above anything, and it's, as an artist, that's the thing you have to let go. You have to let that happen. And so the location, the regional art, the dynamics of the weather and the people you're playing with has a profound impact on the music, and therefore the music is very regional. And I think it's important with these kind of exchanges that we're exporting the Detroit sound, and we're responding by bringing our colleagues from other countries in to play at our festival and showing them opportunities where we can relate to one another, which we will do on a couple sets.
And the Japanese group is going to be here for the festival, playing with you guys on the stage, right?
They are. Not only do they have their own feature set, but we'll be doing East Meets West on Monday at 12:15 at the Chase Stage, where we're just going to have a jam session with both bands together and some guests from Detroit. And then we're also going to have several of the dignitaries from the Consul General's office and from the Yokohama Jazz Promenade, all hanging out and getting a chance to experience how wonderful our city, and as you put it, Jasmine, our people are.
Yeah. Yes. The year-long nature of Jazz Festival, which is one of the things I want to talk about now, is one of the things that attracted you guys to the level of sponsorship you're at.
Yes, yes, and not to mention just our sponsorship. We also have Greektown Casino Hotel, who's also a sponsor, along with Bedrock Detroit. And so this is kind of a team effort with us in supporting the Detroit Jazz Festival. And one of the things is, it's not just about getting our name or our logo on an event. We really care about the community and making a community impact, and I believe that that is the real return on our investment, is the fact that we're supporting an organization, a historic event that also makes a community impact throughout the year. So it's not just Labor Day weekend, and Chris can attest to all of the different activities.
Talk about some of the things that go on. I mean, it's an impressive list.
Well, it's exciting. All year we do education through our infusion program in the Detroit Public Schools. We're in up to 7 schools every week, and people like Marion Hayden, who you just saw play, she's one of our educators in residence. We also have mentor series that take place not only at the grade school levels, but at the college level. So we have a performance that's culminating at the festival. And by the way, we try to do culminations at the festival so everyone can see what's been going on all year. So Randy Weston and his the celebration of his 90th birthday, he'll be accompanied by the Wayne State University Big Band. Jimmy Heath is claimed to be showing up on that set as well, because it's also his 90th birthday.
Wow.
And then we have all of our competitions that will round out at the festival. So we have a youth vocal competition in Detroit. You'll see our winners, Jack Williams and Atea Whitehead, will be singing with big band right before Randy's set. We also have the winner of the Ron Carter National Bass Competition, who was up to 35 years old. So these were serious players.
Wow.
And Cole Davis won and will be performing with his group at the festival on Saturday, I believe. So it's a real opportunity not only to get a sense of the high schools and colleges that have been impacted, but our mentoring programs, the All-Stars from our Jazz Week at Wayne program, which is our summer program. And I want to point out, all these programs are free to the students. It's based on talent. They have to audition to get in. But thanks to the sponsorship that we get from Quicken Loans and others, we're able to continue to offer the year-round experience at no cost. And as you know, any barrier that is set up will exclude some.
Oh, sure. No, we see that with other festivals. I mean, you think of the other festivals here in Detroit, and the way they've struggled with, free versus ticketed admission. It changes the numbers, and it changes the dynamic around the festivals.
Yeah, it's amazing that Chris and Gretchen and team have been able to keep this festival free.
Free, I know.
Free. I don't think that people realize that this is the largest free jazz festival, and it's not just like your regular run-of-the-mill artists. These are legends that are coming to this festival. So it's prime entertainment. So
Well, and it brings so many of our great Detroit artists too, because we do an open process. I have jam sessions throughout the year, so I can meet any new players I haven't heard yet, and I encourage all the artists. Let's talk about what you want to do, and let's look at the Detroit Jazz Festival as that premier moment to do that new thing that you want to do. And then we're also mixing in our wonderful orchestral musicians. We're doing Roy Hargrove with strings this year, all new works by Gil Goldstein for Roy, and we're doing the Freddie Cole piece with orchestra. But that's featuring our Detroit Jazz Fest String Orchestra, which are all the great orchestral musicians in Detroit. It really brings the family together.
Well, and that adding that sort of orchestral dynamic again shows that diversity of the jazz, right?
Well, and you were involved in one of our big pieces last year. Narrator for the Vivaldi.
I still have very, very great dreams about being up there with them and reading from those sonnets about the Vivaldi piece, which was just amazing. I mean, you know, I had some friends from out of town who came and watched, and they just were blown away. They had never been to the Jazz Festival before, but I think they had something very different in mind when I said Detroit Jazz Festival.
Well, when I tell people, you know, we don't sell tickets, but what we sell is the originality of the programming. So we work all year. I'm flying around with doing rehearsals, writing music all year round, so that these performances that people see, not all of them, of course, but many of them are custom commissioned or designed or premiered specifically at the Detroit Festival. Therefore, people from anywhere in the world, no matter what festivals they're used to going to, they come to Detroit, they're going to see and hear things that they can't see at any price.
Anywhere else, yeah. I mean, that's the thing that I think keeps it on top, is that idea of originality and new.
Indeed.
All right. Well, good luck to both of you. Congratulations on the sponsorship. That's a great. It's a great marriage. I think
it is. It is. We're excited.
I'm sure it will yield lots of things in the future too.
Thank you.
So, all right. That's our program for today. Thanks for watching. You can get more information about our guests at AmericanBlackJournal.org, and you can always connect with us on Facebook and on Twitter. We'll see you next time.